Hello everyone, my name is Alam and I'm from DSA EduTech. So hope everyone is doing super awesome. All of you are doing good? Yes, okay. So now I know today being the first class of math and I would take the first chapter of math, that is arithmetic progression. Very easy chapter, like believe me, very easy chapter. And I know few of you are little nervous thinking that like the first chapter AP we haven't learned before. So no problem, I'm here. I would make sure that whole of the chapter I will tell little by little, bit by bit. I'll make sure that you understand 100%, my guarantee. So shall I begin with the chapter? Yes. So let me write the list of number, that is 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. So I have written a list of number 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. So before I go next, I want every one of you to understand certain terminology that you need to understand in order to understand the chapter, right? So the first thing I want everyone to understand is that now onwards you will not call this the list of numbers, okay? You will call them terms, okay? So what you will call? You will call them terms. So each of the number you will call term. This is my term, this is my first term, this is my second term, third term, fourth term and so on. So all together you will call terms. Cool enough? So let me write this. I will call A1, the first term, right? This I will call A2, the second term. This you will call third term. Good. This you will call fourth term. Superman. Okay. So on, and you will write this as the last term. This as the last term, right? So on. This as the last term, so on. Everyone understand? Yes. So now moving to the next, now we also need to understand two more terms, okay? What is the meaning of preceding term and what is the meaning of succeeding term? So why we need to understand that? If you understand that, that will help us to understand the common difference, that will help us to calculate the common difference. Fine. So here let me take this 2 example. Let me consider this 2 number, okay? So here 2 I am going to call 2 as preceding number. So here 2 I am calling the preceding number with respect to 4, okay? And here I'll call 4 as, here I am going to call the 4 as succeeding number. Cool enough? Let me take another example, okay? So let me take with respect to this 2 number. Yes. So which is the preceding number? 4. Very good. Which is the succeeding number here? 6. Cool enough. Okay. So the last trial, okay? Last trial, right? So here like 6 is what? Preceding number. Perfect. Okay. 8 is succeeding number. Cool enough. Okay. So when you show so much of interest, let me tell you the next, okay? So next you need to understand there is something called common difference, right? So common difference is denoted by a letter D. Common difference is denoted by a letter D. So let me calculate the D, okay? We'll calculate, fine. So let me calculate the D1, right? So I will calculate the D1. D1, how you will calculate with respect to this 2 number, with respect to that number? You'll calculate always succeeding number minus the preceding number. So that is in this case A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. So what is A2 here? 4. Very good. So A2 is 4. And what is A1 here? A1 is 2. So A1 is 2, right? So basically D1 is equals to, you are having 4 minus 2 is nothing but 2. Very good. So it is 2, right? Getting? Now let me calculate D2 and you people will tell. Cool enough? Done? Right. So let me tell. So basically I will write D2 is equals to, now D2 you are going to calculate with respect to this 2 number, that is 4 and 6, okay? So I will write D2 is equals to, what we'll write? A3 minus A2. A3 minus A2. So A3 is how much over here? A3 is 6. A3 is 6. And A2 is how much over here? A2 is 4. So you'll write 6 minus 4. So let me write D2 is equals to 6 minus 4. D2 is equals to 6 minus 4 is how much? 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. So did you observe one thing? I'm getting both D1 and D2 same. I'm getting both D1 and D2 same. So something you need to understand over here. With respect to this important point, I have to tell you one thing. D always remains same in an AP series. Okay. So here, one of my student, he was just asking me today in the morning, sir, whether the D value has to be always positive, whether you get always positive number. So I told, oh my dear, it is not like that. D value can be a positive number. D value can also be a negative number, and D value can also be a 0. Everyone okay? ठीक है बच्चा, समझे? Right. So now, after understanding this, shall I define AP for you? And I'm very much confident that every one of you will be able to define with me. Okay, no need to mark the definition. I'll tell you how to make the definition. So here, let me define the AP series. So an AP series is a list of number. An AP series is a list of number in which the succeeding number is obtained by adding a fixed number, to the preceding number except the first number. Everyone understand that? See, I can get the second number by adding 2 to the first number. I can get the third number by adding 2 to the second number. Okay, but I don't have to add anything to the first number. So everyone understand the definition? Right. So one more question, like many of my students asked of last academic year, since this is your first class, so I cannot expect you asking that question to me. So many students used to ask me, okay, sir, generally we get confused with, generally we have confusion, sir, to know how to know whether a given list of number is AP or not. Yes, very valid question and something very important question. Before you go to the chapter, understand this. Okay, so let me write and let me help you to understand, and let me help you that you will be able to calculate any point. Okay, because this chapter of AP which you are learning in your 10th standard, it is important for your first PUC, important for your second PUC, and many of you, when you wanted to write your IAS exam, all the government exam is having this chapter. Everyone getting? Right. So let me know that. Okay, how to know whether the given list of number is AP or not. So let me write a number 1, 2, 3 and so on. So I wanted to know, sir, whether the given number is AP or not, right? So let me see what I will do. I will do simple. First I will calculate the D1. So I will calculate the D1 by A2 minus A1. We know that how to write first term, second term. We just learned here. Let me do for yourself. Okay, for you people. A1, A2 and A3. So what is my A2? Yes, very good. A2 is 2 over here. And what is my A1? 1. Okay, so minus 1. So D1 is equals to 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1. Okay, so how much we got? D1? 1. Let me calculate D2. So D2 is equals to, what we will write? D2 is equals to, yes, Abhishek there, yeah, Superman. Okay, so you will write D2 is equals to A3 minus A2. So you will write A3 minus A2. So A3 is how much here? A3 is 3 minus A2 is 2. So basically D2 is equals to 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. Okay, so we are getting 1. So in any given list of number, everyone remember my word. Please concentrate here, my dear. So in any given list of number, when you are having D1 value equals to D2 value, when you have D1 value equals to D2 value, then 100% that given list of number is an AP series. Right, AP series. So everyone understand this? Yeah. So give me a minute. Let me rub the board. So now let me take one more example wherein you should understand which list of number is not an AP. We'll take, okay. So I will take 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Okay, I have just taken a number 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. So let me calculate, let me write the number. This is my first term, second term, third term, fourth term, right? So I will write D1 is equals to, yes, very good. Who is telling from back? Supama. Okay. So A2 minus A1. So D1 is equals to, A2 is how much? 3 minus, and A1 is nothing but 2. Right? So how much you will get? D1 is equals to 3 minus 2 is nothing but 1. Cool enough. Okay. So we got D1 is equals to 1. We calculate. Let me calculate D2. So I will write here, okay, D2 is equals to how much? Yes, A3 minus A2. So how much is A3 over here? A3 is 5. A3 is 5 minus, and how much is A2? A2 is 3. So let me write that, okay, 3. So D2 is equals to, now we are having 5 minus 3 is how much? 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. So here, did you observe one thing? Here we have got D1 value as 1 and D2 value as 2. Both the number are not equal. So hence this given list of number is what? It is not an AP. Everyone understand that? So when you don't get in any given number series, when you don't get D1 and D2 value same, it is not an AP. So everyone understand? Yes. So next, let me find the general form of an AP. So we are having 2, 4, 6, 8, so on, and let me take the last term as 20. Okay. So here, this is my first term. We know that this is my first term, second term, 6 is my third term, 8 is my fourth term, so on. This is my AN. Everyone getting? The first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So now we need to find the general term. Before I finding the general form of an AP, so let me find D. D is nothing but common difference, right? So we'll find. So D is what? Succeeding term minus preceding term. That is my A2 minus A1. So that what we are getting? We are getting 4 minus 2. So D is equals to, we are having D is equals to 2. So what is the value of common difference or D here? 2 we have got. Okay. So let me write the general form of an AP, and then I'll tell you how to derive that. Okay. Fine. So let me write A plus D A plus 2D A plus 3D so on. Okay. And in the last we are having A plus n minus 1 into D. A plus n minus 1 into D. So now you people might be wondering, sir, how did you get that, right? So shall I tell you how did I get that? Even you people will be able to find that. Let me do that. So everyone tell me what is the value of A? A is 2. So let me write 2 comma. Now I will do a magic. Shall I? Right. So whatever I substitute the value over here, you will get this number. Shall I do the magic? Okay, fine. So A value is what? Again 2. What is the value of D? D is 2 we have got. Okay. So what is the value of A? A is 2. Again D value is nothing but 2 comma A value is what? 2 plus 3 of D value is 2, so on. What is the value of this? I would not calculate. I will keep it. Okay. Let me calculate only the first part. Okay. So that no need to go for. So we will have 2 comma 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. We are having 4. Then 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2. 6. So we are having 6 over here. Then again 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 2. 8, right? So you are having 8 and so on. Like if you do this, even you will do that, like, but I will not do it for timing. So this much we are having. So did I do the magic? Yes, even you can do the magic. You should know this. So here, whatever you are able to observe here, this is known as general form of an AP. Everyone is getting? Now in general form of an AP, the first number, the second number, little variation is there. So what is that? Here I will call this one as the first number, first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Everyone getting cool enough? I will call this one as the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, so on, right? So I'm very much hopeful that every one of you have understood about the general form of an AP, and I want everyone to keep in mind, because this is something very important. It will help you to solve the 1.2 and 1.3 exercises, right? So now before going to the last explanation that I want to give with respect to the concept is that there are two type of AP series. There are two type of AP series. So let me rub the board. 1 minute, my dear. So as I told you, there are two type of series. Let me write that. Okay, for example, I will write say 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 comma so on, and I will write one more series 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 and full stop, right? You're getting? So here do you observe anything, any difference is there? Yeah, very good. So like just now, like we are able to notice that in this the number is going on, right? 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8 and so on. There is like the number is infinity, it will go on, but here there is a stop. Okay, so that is the reason this I will call infinite AP. Infinite AP, that's no end for this, no end for this, getting? And this, since there is a end, I know the last term, I know the last number, right? So there is a end. So for this I will call finite AP, right? So this much of concept of AP you need to understand before I go to the first exercise 1.1, right? So now let me kill the problem. Let us kill the problem. Let me find the problem of exercise 1.1. Few of the selected problem I have given which is important with respect to the board and which you have to understand to the depth. So let me start with. So the problem says the following APs, write the first term. They are asking us to find the first term and the common difference. So basically the problem is asking you to calculate the first term and the common difference. So fine, let me take the first problem. Okay, so let me take the first problem over here. Let me write the problem once again. So I will write this one as 3 comma 1 comma minus 1 comma minus 3 and so on. So now we will name them. This is my A1, the first term, second term, third term, fourth term and so on. Everyone is getting? Fine. So here the first term is nothing but A is equals to 3. So basically the first term is 3. Now they are also asking us to find the common difference. So you remember in the introduction I had told you the common difference is denoted by D and it is nothing but minus succeeding number minus the preceding number. So let me write. So D is equals to A2 minus A1. A2 minus A1. So I will write D is equals to A2 is how much over here? We are having A2 is 1. Very good. A2 is 1 and minus, and A1 is how much? 3. So basically we are having 3. So basically D is equals to 1 minus 3 is nothing but minus 2. So we are having minus 2. So basically we are having D value as minus 2. So the first term is the first, basically he told us the first term. So the first term is A is equals to 3 and the common difference is D is equals to minus 2. So everyone got the problem? Very good. Now let me solve one more problem of the same time so that you understand to the best, right? I had told you in the beginning of the chapter, right? each and every problem I will explain you bit by bit so that you understand 100%. So let me go to the second problem over here. Again the given problem, let me write once again solution. I write over here, and then I'm having minus 5 comma minus 1 comma 3 comma 7 and so on, right? So one thing I remember when I write, like what type of AP it is? Yeah, infinite AP. Very good. What type of AP it is? Infinite AP, because there is no last term. There is no last term. So here the first term over here, let me write A1, this is A2, this is A3. Yes, very good. This is A3 and the A4. So let me write the first term. First term is nothing but A1 is nothing but the first term, and in this case the first term is how much? Minus 5. The first term is minus 5. So very good. Okay, good job. Now moving to the next, in the problem they are also asking us to find the common difference. So common difference I will write D is equals to, common difference is nothing but the succeeding term minus the preceding term. That is, in this case if I take second term minus the first term, so let me write A2 minus A1. So सभी लोग समझ रहा है बच्चा? You are getting it? Right. So let me write D is equals to A2 is how much over here? Minus 1. Okay, and then over here we are having A value. The first term is also a minus number. So one thing I teach to all my students till the last batch and even to this batch, what I teach is that whenever you get a minus number, when you are already having a minus sign over here, so that minus number always you need to write in the bracket. Okay, you'll remember me. Whenever you get a minus number, and when minus sign is there already, then that minus number you will write in the bracket. So let me write. Okay, so I will write minus 5. Cool enough? Done? Right. So I will write D is equals to minus 1. I will write again as it is, minus 9. I'll write as it is, minus 1, and then I will multiply minus into minus. So minus into minus is plus. Very good, man. Okay, so minus into minus is plus, and I'm going to get plus 5, right? I'm going to get plus 5. So basically I will write up so that you are able to see. Okay, no problem, right? So basically I will write over here D is equals to minus 1 is there and plus 5 is there. You remember when I told you in the introduction, always when you subtract a number, when you do addition and subtraction of a number, the answer will have the sign of a bigger number. So which is the bigger number over here? Yes, correctly said. 5 is the bigger number. So in 5, if I remove 1, I will get 4. So basically I am able to solve this problem. I am able to calculate the A value, the first term, that is minus 5 I have got, and the common difference, that is I have got 4. Got it? Yes.